finally. I can't. It took 3 episodes. It took 3 episodes, but finally, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's cool. It's cool. It's finally cool. It's finally cool. Okay. Let's again. Okay, so this is episode 3 of Marvel Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. The Asset. So we finally get an episode where they combined action, comedy, and plot together to make this one great epic. This should have been the first episode. This should have been, well, it couldn't have been the first episode because they had all these people, but they could have meshed it all together and made it the first episode or anything. But this is cool. We are introduced to what I think is probably going to be one of our main villains, evil scientist. Oh, I don't say evil because he thinks his what he's doing is right and everything, which is pretty much every villain, right? And pretty much every villain says, I'm doing the right thing for the greater good. So I'm excited about that. We're also introduced to another character who is a professor who taught the two Liz and Fitz and I forgot the other girl's the name. The two annoying scientist chicks. I'm calling them chicks. I don't understand. Yeah. The doctor that taught them is in this, and it's the whole conflict. He wants to destroy one of his creations, and it turns out into a whole great episode. I hope they build on this. I hope they don't tank it and everything in the next couple of episodes. But let me get to a couple of things I liked about it. Well, I told you most of them, but I'm going to skip towards the end because this is where I really liked it. So Coulson and the professor are in this little verbal argument of like what's right and what's wrong and who has to make hard choices and everything. So as the doctor's trying to destroy one of his experiments, Coulson is forced to basically kill the guy, throwing him into this experiment. And the experiment's like this gravity like device and everything. So he has to throw him into the gravity device. And it's really cool like how they did it, because I'm watching this, I'm like, whoa, Marvel's actually doing some graphical coolness and everything. So they throw him into there. He gets sucked in, and to all accounts, you think he's dead. They lock him in this cool vault. I love the sequence of them locking in the vault and everything. It's really cool. But they showed like a little bit. The gravity thing's in the little case, and then they show a little hand pop out, and I loved it because I'm like, yes, we get a villain. It's like Gravity Man or something like that, or Dark Hole Man. It'd be cool if he called Dark Hole. I mean, it would be pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I'm like, wow, we're finally gonna see some suits, because for 2 episodes. And I know it doesn't seem like you're like, oh, Anthony, only 2 episodes and you're already like disappointed about not having any superpower people. I know there was a superpower person in 1, but he was like genetically altered and he wasn't really superpower. So I was like, he's lame. And everybody thought he was Luke Cage, but he's not. I don't think he's Luke Cage. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And like I said, villain is introduced. I like the guy that's the villain. Well, it's only the first episode he's introduced, but I did feel like they kind of screwed the pooch a little bit on like developing his character more, making him more a little bit more evil, and more his stances on the world and everything. Like how like he says he wants to make the world accessible to everything, and technology accessible to everybody else. I wish they expanded on that, but again, that's just a little nitpick. I'm sure they're going to do that in future episodes. Sky's still annoying, though in this episode she was I liked her a little bit more, but every time she interacts with Agent Grant, God, they're really forcing that relationship, and it's not, at least to me, it's not working. I don't see the chemistry at all. Melinda May is getting back into the field. She's like, I'm ready to fight again, which is cool because Melinda May is awesome. I mean, I'm starting to like Melinda May, even though she's like generic character, like generic female badass character where she's something happened to her and she's like a badass and all this stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm drawn to those kind of characters because I think they're cool and everything. I mean, I love Resident Evil, love Alice and all that stuff. So yeah, that's good for me. Agent Coulson, on the other hand, I felt like I don't know how I feel about him, because in the beginning I was like, okay, yeah, I still love Agent Coulson, but as these episodes are progressing, I guess they kind of addressed it in this one where he's rusty, and he's saying that a lot. He's like, oh, I'm rusty, because we've seen him get beat up and all that, and I'm thinking like, isn't Agent Coulson supposed to be like one of the top agents? So why is he getting beat up and everything? So he has said that he's rusty, and I hope they're gonna talk about that, like, because in the first episode they kind of, here's a spoiler, I guess, but you're watching this, so it's kind of a spoiler. But in the first episode, they said that you know, he died, and if you watch Avengers, you know he died, and then they said, but he came back, and he should never know how he came back and everything. And so a lot of people are speculating, robot. A lot of people are putting him as Vision too. They're like, he's gonna be the new Vision, and that's pretty interesting because I can kind of see him as Vision. They have Vision, or he is going to be a clone. So you imagine a whole bunch of clones of Agent Coulson, just like going, suiting up their tie and everything, like, oh, Coulson, oh, Coulson, oh, Coulson. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I don't know if that's a part of it. Is the cloning process is not that good, and he's not the original Coulson, so he doesn't know how to do all that stuff, or he's just a robot and he's like his hands or his joints are all sticky because it's less oil or something like that. I don't know. So, the Asset, yeah, really, really good. What do you guys think of it? Do you think that a new villain is coming in? The Gravity Man, I don't know what kind of name you want to put him in there in the comments, I don't know. But as always, you can catch me at Disneypunksreviews.com or YouTube Disneypunks, which you're on, so I don't know why I even said that, but Disneypunksreviews.com. You can catch us on iTunes. All that little goody stuff will be in the description down below. And I'll see you guys next time. I think Once Upon a Time Wonderland stuff should be coming up in like 4 days from now. Yeah, 4 days from now. So there's a lot of things. I got Pokemon, I got Walking Dead, I got all this stuff. But that's not going to be on this channel. So I don't have a channel for all that stuff. But anyways, yeah. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see you guys later.